Hello there guys! For today's video, I'm going to show you how to make a cartoon text in Photoshop. And also we will dive deeper into using gradient fill for our background, using type tool for our text layer, applying effects under layers panel like bevel and emboss, stroke, inner shadow, and duplicating of layers. So let's get started! So the first step we're going to do here is we're going to create a background with the use of a gradient fill. So to do that, going on to the lower right corner of our screen, you're gonna see this one. This is the adjustment layer icon. Click that and then choose gradient. So this gradient fill will appear, right? So under the gradient over here, yes, let's click on this. So this gradient editor will appear once you click that. And then from the presets, go to basic and then choose the first one over here. All right, there you go. So over here, we're going to set the color. All right, so from the stop color over here, just click on this and let's change it. Click this color here, and then let's choose a light green here. All right, and then hit OK. All right, and then let's create a duplicate layer of this by hold Alt, then click this one. Once I click that, I can already put it here in the middle to create a duplicate. There you go. All right, so selected in this, go to color, and let's change this one into a lighter green. Okay, so there you are. This one. Okay, and then for this one, and here on the right side, click that. Go to color. This time I'm going to choose a darker green, and then hit OK. So this one is OK. Then hit OK. All right. So under the gradient fill, we're back here. Go to style. Let's set this one to radial. Okay. So for the angle, 90 degrees, and then hit OK. All right. Now the next step here is we're going to use the type tool to create a text layer. So going on to the toolbar, find the T symbol, yeah, this one, or press T for the shortcut key of the type tool, and then let's apply it on our canvas by just clicking it. All right, there you go. We're going to name this one as cartoon. For the font style, I chose here a bubble baz font style. And then for the color, I set that one to purple. Okay. All right. So once we're already good with that, now select on that cartoon layer, press Ctrl plus T, and let's drag those point out to make it bigger. And by the way, if you find this video helpful so far, please consider subscribing to help YouTube algorithm show my videos to other nerds like us. Now the next step we're going to do here is we're going to add the bevel and emboss. So to do that, select it on that text layer. I'm going to right click on it and then choose blending options. Okay, so under here, I'm going to tick on the bevel and emboss. Yes, this one. Click on that. Select it on that bevel and emboss. I'll show you how I create this one. So from the style, I'm gonna set that to inner bevel. For the technique, to smooth. From the depths, 200 is fine. From the direction, I set that to up. From the size, set this one to 15. And for the highlight modes, I'm gonna set the color to white. For the opacity into 70%. Okay, and then for the shadow mode, also set this one to color white. And then for the opacity, we're good with 50%. All right. So the next effect that I'm gonna apply here is the stroke. So I'm also going to tick on the stroke over here, and then click the stroke for the adjustments. So for the color, so we're gonna set this one to black. Right. For the size, we're good with 1. For the position outside, and then for the opacity into 100%, and then select OK. All right. Now the next step we're gonna do here is we're going to add a stroke, but not on the cartoon layer, but we're going to create a duplicate layer of that. So select it on this text layer over here. Let's create a duplicate by pressing Ctrl plus J. There we go. So once I did that, it already created a new copy of that. Now from this copy, I'm going to click and drag this one over here, right? And then right click on it and let's go to blending options. From the blending options of this layer, I'm going to the fill opacity and then bring that to 0%. Okay, so that means that this text will no longer have color on it. All right, and also go to stroke. For the color, I'm going to first set this one to color orange. Okay, so this color, and then hit OK. And then for the size, I'm gonna increase that. Okay, so I'm gonna increase that into this amount. 11. I'm good with this. So for the position, I'm gonna set this one to outside. Okay. For the opacity, it's also 100%. And then hit OK. All right. So I'm going to create another layer that will be for the red stroke. So select on this cartoon copy layer, press Ctrl plus J. Let's bring that down over here. Okay, and then right click on it and then go to blending options. We'll leave the fill to 0%. So let's go to stroke. And then for the color, I'm going to set this one to color red. And then hit OK. Right, for the size, I'm going to increase this one into the amount of 16. Then hit OK. Now the next step here is I'm going to select on this cartoon. All right, let's rename this one as orange stroke. The other one is the red stroke. So from this orange stroke layer, I'm going to right click on that and then I'm going to rest the right type. Okay. Why will I do that? Because I want to create a bend vac on the stroke. Press Ctrl plus T for the transformation command. Then right click and choose warp. Now start bending those strokes. Now I'm okay with this. Then hit enter. The next step here is we're going to add another layer of that. So selected on that red stroke layer, let's create another duplicate layer by pressing Ctrl plus J. Right, and this layer, we're gonna name this one as the black stroke. And then, now from this black stroke, I'm going to click and drag it down under the red stroke layer. There you go. And then, right click on it and then go to blending options. So let's go to stroke. And then for the color, I'm going to set this one to black. And then from the size, I'm going to increase that. Yeah, I'm going to set this one to 20 pixels. And then hit OK. And there you go. Now, one last step here will be the shadow. So yeah, still on the black stroke layer. Right click on it. And then let's go to blending options. Then go to drop shadow. And click on the drop shadow for the adjustments. So from the color, set this one to black, of course. And then for the distance, let's lower this down. Okay. For the size as well, I'm going to lessen the pixels, right, into the amount of 120. For the opacity, I'm going to set this one to 80%. Okay. Yeah, for the distance, I'm going to set that one to 20 pixels only. There are. Create a shadow around it, something like this. Okay. And then once you're good with it, hit OK. All right, there you go. And that is how to make cartoon text in Photoshop.